Great to be back.
What's brought you back?
This gym. I'll be spending a few hours in this gym. Now, listen, I had a walk back, the affinity I've had with the club, with the supporters in the past. And when the phone call came and it was the right time to talk, it was an opportunity that I couldn't wait to get cracking again.
I think you once said, I'll never go back, so what changed your mind?
I'm not so sure. I couldn't ask David Moyes, he's done a good job at Everton. There's a lot of things saying that football clubs should never go back, and I understand that. But for me, it's a different club. The one I left is the resources, certainly the training facilities are fantastic. Certainly a top end League One. We didn't have that last time, and so that was a massive pull. And I know the owners are trying to do the right thing to get the stadium up to a lot better standard to make sure that we're in a better place. So for me, it's a club that has got the ambition to kick on, and unfortunately for us, it's back in League Two. But that's all by the by, shall we say now. It's a fresh start for everyone.
And this isn't just a sentimental reunion, is it, with a club you love?
No, not at all. I'm here to win. The sentiment doesn't come into it for me. Yes, I've got a fantastic rapport with the fans, and that's hopefully going to help us get some results. But for me, I'm here to win. It's a club that, for me, should be challenging at the top end of League One. I've always said this, trying to get into the Championship. We got close last time, with nowhere near the resources that I'm going to be given this time. So that, for me, whets the appetite. It gives me the opportunity to build something good here with Ricky Martin on the footballing side of things, and make sure that we get everything done right and moving forward.
How different is the Darrell Clarke now that left here in 2018?
I always say this, my banter's got better. That's 100%. I think you work with different boards, you work with different owners, you work with different circumstances at different football clubs. So for me, different players. I think the skill set goes on. Leadership's ever continuing. I talked about it the other day. I'm addicted to leadership and leading, and I'd like to think over the years I've got better, and I still want to keep improving on that as well to make sure I become a better leader. So I believe certainly you're getting a better manager, a better leader. It's we, as everyone else knows, the game's about results, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you look back at your first spell, so much was achieved. Did you feel like there was unfinished business as well?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. A dream of mine is to try and get this club into the Championship. Now that's very much easier said than done. Going back to starting into League Two, but it's still a dream. And why can't I build another legacy? Why can't we get this place rocking, which I know we can, and build that together? But with that comes a lot of hard work, and it doesn't happen overnight. That work's already started, and it's going to be a continuing progress, because that's what football clubs are about. And if you want to get to the levels that we want to get to, that I want to get to, we need to get working away. So definitely unfinished business.
Do you feel you got credit in the bank with the supporters because of what happened first time?
I don't really look at it like that, if I'm honest with you, because I think the game's about winning, and what I know of the supporters of this club is that they give you a great opportunity for you to perform on a Saturday. I said it the other day that we could be in games, one game not played particularly well, got beat, the fans will be giving the players and myself a bit of stick. The next game, as long as they put the performance is right, they'll be right behind you, and that's all you can ever ask from your fan base. It's one of the best fan bases I've worked under, that's for sure, one of the most passionate, and we're going to need them. I don't want to sit here and think, I've got some credit in the bank, because that's not me as a person. I know I've got to earn the right, as everybody else has, to win football matches.
How hard's that going to be, looking at what you've got, do you think?
It's never easy, is it? If it were easy, you lot would be doing it, wouldn't you? Listen, I have a process that goes that what you need to build to bring success to a football club. The culture and environment's massive. Getting a right set of players into the buildings, paramount that we do that we get the right amount of leaders in the group, the right balance with match winners, and I could talk all day about the things that make a football club successful, but the connections, the key in the culture, and making sure everyone's connected, from the board to the supporters to the players to the management. Can I get what we did last time and get all that connected again? I think I can, yeah.
Are you expecting quite a big turnaround? Obviously the retain list has already been It's already been released. How busy a summer do you think it will be?
It's been very busy so far, and I'll get even busier. It's an ongoing. What I will say is I met the recruitment team, and we've had lots of meetings already with these platforms and pieces being put into that jigsaw straight away. I know what I've inherited as well, and then I know quite a few of those players have had a disappointing season. But what I will say is they come with a fresh slate with me. Those boys, they're my boys now. They're my players. And when they're back in on the 23rd of June, we'll be looking to make sure that they take on board what I want to build here, what we're trying to build. Me and Ricky are trying to build the culture, the environment around the place, but ultimately to win football matches. So there will be changes, lots of them. There'll be players that will be given that fair crack of the whip, and then no doubt there'll be one or two that fall by the wayside. But hopefully they know they can come in with a clean slate and all to prove, because some of the players from last season, they owe the fans, and as long as they're coming back in with the right attitude, right mindset, and then they're going to get mine and my staff's full support.
What's a player going to need to give to be part of your squad?
Well, I think you've been here long enough and you're enough and few managers to know what I think that a Bristol Rovers player should look like, and the non-negotiables, what that should look like. We've had successful players. I've managed successful players in the past, so I can give them a helping hand on that, or a kick up the backside, however you want to call it, to get them to understand what this club means to its supporters. I'm a custodian in this club. I was here last time. Ricky is, the board are, but the fans are here to stay. So for me, is the task to make sure that I get players performing out there what a Bristol Rovers player should look like, full of guts, full of determination, living their lives as professionals every single minute of the day, wanting to achieve, wanting to do better, wanting to do all the things, the non-negotiables I call it. Players will have good games, players will have bad games. That's footballers. That's at the top level and through all the levels. But the non-negotiables for me are key, and that's not just on a match day, that's on a daily basis.
A lot of stories over the last year about things that might have been going on behind the scenes, true or false. You got assurances that this is your ship and you can do whatever you want?
I won't be here. Listen, when I met Ricky Martin, when we sat down, we both understand what a successful culture looks like, and we're under no illusions that we're going to be left to that task in hand, because I wouldn't have been sat here if I thought that. We've managed a few clubs in the past that wasn't that, shall we say. So coming back to a football club where I want to be able to manage, I want to be able to pick the team, I want to be able to pick the players that come into the club. But around that is a backroom staff that is paramount to be able to do that, because I can't do everything myself. My success here previously, my success I've had as a manager has not just been down to me, it's down to everybody being connected, from your staff to your board to your director of football, for everybody being connected, and that's the big part of it. It's not the Darrell Clarke show, it never has, never will be. There's a team behind that we all want fighting in the right direction, and the reassurances that me and Ricky got was paramount for us to be able to do our job and do it to our best of ability, and the owners have been very supportive of that.
I remember when you were at Cheltenham, I think you probably operated with the lowest budget in that division. How competitive do you think you're going to be in League Two?
Yeah, very. We'll be very competitive at Cheltenham. I love my time at Cheltenham, going in with a team that hadn't scored a goal for 11 games. I know the budget here last year, Cheltenham's budget was 3 times less, and we got 43 points. This team got 43 points last season, so I know with getting the right players into the squad, into the group, that there are going to be resources there to be backed for us to be able to be successful, and that's all you can ever ask for as a manager. But Cheltenham was a special club, as in it lived within his means. Great people there, very, very small team, but I enjoyed my time there. Just still gutted actually we missed out staying up.
The goal is clearly to get Rovers on the move up again. How quickly do you think that might be able to happen?
Who knows? In the speed bumps are always in the way. You're hoping you get your business done as quickly as you possibly can, but it has to be the right players. That sometimes can take time, because sometimes we just had a recruitment meeting there where the better players are on hold because they want to stay higher up at the pyramid. So you've got to hold your nerve. There's a lot of things that go into wanting to sign players. It's not about just chucking the cash book at them, and we want the players here for the right attitude, the right mentality. So that'll take a bit of time, and then hopefully when we get the group together, it's the work me and my staff will be doing on the training ground to try and get the team connected as quickly as we can. Because the game's about connections. Listen, we talk about individual players. Pro footballers all have ability. A lot of it is connecting the team together, getting the right connections, and with that, you do that by a lot of hard work on the training pitch and in games, and that's what we're trying to do to make sure we start off as quick as we can.
Just give us a feeling what it was like walking around the Mem again, coming back as seeing your old office.
There's a lot of memories, yeah. There's a lot of memories. There's a long of lonely walks as well across that pitch, because it wasn't all good times. I remember losing in the FA Cup. I think it was to Cheshire at home, and I had some bad results as a manager. But the good times coming to me had a lot more than the negative times. Certainly the Dagenham game and the atmosphere the Mem can get going is unlike any other club I've managed, in my opinion. And what we have to do is we need to make it a fortress. But first of all, we have to win our fans back, and the only way to do that is on the pitch. But I know if we can start bright, they'll turn into our 12th man very, very quickly.
I know your phone would have been buzzing over the last couple of weeks. What is your message to the fans today?
Thank you for the welcome I've got back. I'm honoured to be back here. I can't wait to walk out again in our first proper game there, and just stick with us, believe in what we're trying to do, believe in what we're going to be doing, and be a little bit patient, which is hard for fans, and hopefully we can bring the success back.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Top man. Cheers.
Darrell, welcome.
Thank you.
Did you see the reaction from supporters when you announced that you were coming back? That very short statement, "I'm back." Were you aware of the response?
I mean, I only do LinkedIn as a platform, so the message I got on there was unbelievable, and I'm still getting them now. The support has been absolutely fantastic, and like I said, I've always enjoyed coming back as an opposing manager, to be able to thank the fans for how they was with me, how they gave me that chance when I took the club into non-league, how they gave me the opportunity to rebuild, and certainly the support I've been given on me coming back has been amazing, so pretty touched with it.
And your previous spell here, in terms of the achievements that you have with this side, where does that rank for you in your managerial achievements?
I've enjoyed it, but I don't live in the past. I know that sounds, I'm so hungry to want to bring success again, so yes, there were good memories, but I don't get out of bed now from memories of the past. I get out now to build more of those memories. I want to build. I'm really determined to not sit here and go, it didn't work second time. I'm really determined to make sure that I build another legacy, and there's another chapter to be written in a positive way. And that's the drive. That's why I'm back here. It'd have been quite easy to sit there and go, no, I've done well there. I won't take that chance to risk what we built before to be ruined. I looked at it as a massive positive to come in there to create another legacy.
And moving forward, you touched on it already, but what is your aim this season?
It's to win every game I manage. You can sit here and we said this. I want to be careful that we know the expectations. We're not stupid. The fans are not stupid. But I also want to make sure that the focus comes to the players, to my staff, that we focus on winning the next game, because you win the next game, you win the next game, you win the next game, and you win a certain amount of games in the season, you get promoted. It's as simple as that. And everybody wants to see and hear a manager, we're going to get promoted, that's the aim. Well, shouldn't it be everyone? Managers who sits in a chair say, want to get promoted? I don't think I've ever managed a team, other than Cheltenham when we hadn't scored in 11 games. That aim was to stay in the division, but I've never managed a team and thought, well, I'm just here, we'll be all right if we have mid-table this season. I want to get promoted. That always has to be the end game.
And again, you've touched on the supporters and the reaction, the response that you've got from them. You've also touched on what it's like when you come back, and it always seemed like they were a massive part of your sort of time here, obviously, and something that you always cherished. Yeah,
because I think the circumstances and everything around the circumstances. I mean, I was here for obviously 7-8 months as an assistant, then manager for another 4.5 years. And with that, with the relegation, the promotions, the day out of Wembley and stuff, you just build a good rapport with the fans, and they earn your trust, because within the course of that, I managed loads of players, I sold players, I brought different players in, and the trust then is you earn. I've apologised for that last year. I know why that went wrong. It's a bit of a coping mechanism why the last year went wrong, because I was frustrated at the club. I was frustrated that the promises that where we were heading wasn't happening. You know, but that was my fault because I let that affect my performance. Okay, so I've apologised for that. I understand why that went wrong, but I also understand now what's needed and what we have to do, ready to kick on again.
And just finally, obviously, you've taken a few jobs in the West Country now. You're obviously back here in the West Country. It's a place that you almost can call home to an extent.
Very much. I mean, when I was here last time, I didn't move here, to be honest. I commuted from Southampton every day, which is a long slog for 5.5 years. But I will be bringing, you know, I will be living in Bristol this time. You know, I'm getting too old now, 47, to be in the car every day. So I'll be coming down. So I'm a proper one now, aren't I? So look forward to it.
That's the best thing.
Top man, thank you.
Howard, what have the last few weeks been like? It's obviously quite a whirlwind coming right at the end of the season. What's that been like?
I've got Ricky on speed dial, to be honest with you. So me and Ricky I've spent more time on the phone with Ricky and meetings with Ricky than I've seen with missus, and that's how it is. We're both buzzing to get it going, get cracking, work ethic. It's just been manic. It's manic. I don't think we even contract started yet, has it? Yeah, but it's just been, we're just cracking on, and it's exciting. I feel a real buzz about it all, to be honest with you. Even when I come here for the first time, because I ain't been to the training ground till I came the other week. I just felt a good feeling about the place straight away, which is a good sign.
Must be nice to have that luxury as well, like the whole summer and the whole pre-season to really put your stamp on things.
That don't give me any excuses, does it? Yeah, no. Listen, you want as long as you can to prepare for the summer, the pre-season. You want as much time as that. The key for me is to make sure that we get the culture right on day one, because it'd be different to what the other two managers have been like. And that's no disrespect to what other managers are like. Everyone has a way of working, but I have a way of working now, and I expect the culture, the environment is a serious to win, but we enjoy the environment, and that means that period of time where you get that build and you get a chance to build a squad that can be hit on day one of pre-season, because one thing I do want is to make sure that this place is bouncing every day with energy and with desire to win and players to get better. So yeah, looking forward to that.
You mentioned the players on that sort of near the end of June. What the next few weeks look like for you then, with more chaos around?
Yeah, just more meetings, get my backroom team sorted. This is all going on, by the way. You know, it's loads of things that I can't say to you guys what are going on, but it's moving every single day, every minute of the day. It's endless to make sure that we get a squad that's ready to get out of this division, really competitive, and making sure that we build those right things from the start.
You managed to have many conversations with players so far?
I spoke to a couple of the players. I think it's a good time mentally, and I'll have more conversations with them in early June before they come back in. But I think it's a good time for the players to switch off mentally from it. It's been a challenging season for them. They've let the fans down. They'll have their individual opinions of why it went wrong and what went wrong. But for me, is that they rest now, and I'll start livening them up early June.